Okay, I tried doing this a while ago, but it didn't record, so hopefully this one will record. I was using the YouTube video thing, but it doesn't seem to want to upload. It just stuck at processing. So, I thought I would do a video because I've seen this on YouTube where people would post what's on their iPhone. That's why I'm not using my iPhone to record because I need it. And I still have tonsillitis a little bit, so just bear with that. Um, Now, my iPhone is the 4S. I got the 4S because the 4 is free through Verizon last time I checked, but the 4S is a lot better for me because it has Siri on it with the voice activation. And all Apple phones from I think it's the 3GS on up do come with voiceover on them, which is a built-in screen reader for the blind. So yes, so that's that. And on the front here, I have a tactile screen protector. What that does is that helps guide me to find out to use the touch screen. Some blind people prefer it, some don't. But I do, at least for now. And the case I have is the OtterBox. It's a good sturdy case, and there's a hole here for the camera, and another one for the Apple logo. And if any of you would like to see me demonstrate the phone as a blind person, um, also if you want to demonstrate me to demonstrate anything that I showed today on the iPhone, any of my apps, please let me know, and I will do that. So let me wake the phone up, and we'll unlock it. The first thing I have on here, well, I don't use it, is stocks. Um, Stocks is just basically stock market crap. I want to delete it, but apparently I found out you cannot delete anything Apple puts on there. So that's that. Messages. That's the first page is basically self-explanatory, like messages, mail, and they're basically self-explanatory. Weather, calendar, photos, camera, videos, maps, weather. Like I mentioned, passbook. I don't use that either. Notes. Um, I may use it at some point. I don't use it now. Reminders. Those come in handy, but I use the different app that I installed that's better, and I'll show you that later. Clock, Game Center, newsstand folder, iTunes, the App Store, phone, mail. I do get mail on this phone, but I typically check it. I like it better checking in at the computer, but it's good for if I'm on the go and don't have access to a computer. Safari, we all know what that is. Music. I don't have any music on here. I don't use music. I don't download music on the phone for space sake, but I do use um, music programs like Pandora and that stuff to listen to music. So let's go to the next page. Wonder Radio. That's one of the radio programs that I use to listen to radio stations. Heart rate. Um, it basically checks your heart rate. You just put your index finger on the camera, and it basically, like a pulse ox, except it does not check your oxygen, your SATs rate, which I don't know. they're going to even include that in this app, but people have mentioned. I see people out there that are looking for blood pressure apps for these phones. And basically, to do that, I mean, you would have to buy other equipment. Like, you would have to buy a blood pressure cuff and stuff. And I just don't know how they would incorporate that, hooking that up to an iPhone. I don't know how they would do that. PayPal, that's my PayPal. Currency, it's some money thing I downloaded. I hadn't messed with it. Digitize Light. Now, what that will do is I can put the camera over a barcode and it will tell me what the item is, like food, cans, anything that has a barcode. Heytel, that's a push to talk application, basically walkie talkie. Blind Square, it's tied into Foursquare. It's basically like it's a program that it's an app that blind people use for GPS. Say Text is basically it's another camera app for the blind where you can you can hold your camera over text and your mail and stuff is supposed to read it. I hadn't played a whole lot with it. Pandora, that's where I listen to my music at. VisWiz, now what this one does is it will, you can take a picture of something like a thermostat setting, thermostat display, or a bottle or something, and then you ask a question about the item, and then you could either send it through Facebook. There's several different options, and someone there's a database on there, or a real person can come back and tell you the answer that you needed to know about that item. I hadn't used it a whole lot, so I don't know how accurate it is, but I have heard mixed reviews about this one. Ariadne GPS, that's another GPS for the blind. Skype, we all know what that is, the video conferencing software. Facebook, that's my Facebook. Twitter, that's my Twitter. Utilities, basically that has the calculator and some compass and other stuff in it that I don't really use. Of course, settings, the iPhone settings. So that's all on that page. There's 5 pages here. We're on page 3 now. Tap C. Basically, a blind person can take a picture of something with the camera and it will come back and tell them what it is. TuneIn Radio, that's another radio station app that I listen to. Foursquare, we all know what that is. But for those of you that don't, it's just basically you can check into different places and let your friends know where you're at. Backup Assist, that basically backs up the contacts on your phone through Verizon. Navigon is another GPS. WBNS 10 TV, that is the TV station here in Columbus, Ohio, and they have an app where you can get breaking alerts on your phone, news alerts and stuff like that. eBay, that's my eBay. Find Friends, that basically, I think both parties have to have the same application, but basically, if you want to know, if you're a parent and you want to know where your child is, that's that's the app to get because it'll tell you, it'll track their location. Blind Bargains, it's a What that is it's a search engine for blind people to find deals on certain products out there. Apple Store, that's of course the Apple Store. Amazon, I love Amazon. Able Road, this is another app for the blind. What it does is it allows you to review and rate the accessibility of certain places like restaurants and stuff, um, so that your other friends, blind friends, can see, what's good and what's not. Like, were they helpful? Were, was there wheelchair ramps? Was there braille on the bathrooms? And just stuff like that. I triage. I hadn't used this one a whole lot. It's just a medical app where you can find different emergency rooms, um, and stuff like that, and store medical information. YouTube, of course, that's my YouTube. Scanner 911. I love listening to police scanners, so I use that. VIP radio. It's just I hadn't used it, but it's I think it's for it has radio stations done by blind DJs, which is pretty easy to do. Be a blind DJ. It's pretty easy. Um, that's for another whole nother video though. So let's go to the next page. Be safe. That is an application that you can set it your phone to have different. Um, Actually, you can set your a list in there of people you want to contact. Basically, what it will do is, let's say if I went somewhere and I got stranded, my ride never came to pick me up, or something happened and I needed some help, it will sound an alarm and it'll send a text message to the contacts that I have specified. And what that will do is it will text message my exact location, and it will show a map like music too. That basically is for YouTube. It's you basically use it to you can listen to music on YouTube and create playlists. Earl, that is a newspaper app that just came out for the blind where you can read newspapers. Walkie Talkie, that's another push to app I downloaded, push to talk. WNY pages, white and yellow pages basically. That's just a phone book. But the radio, that's how I post weather alerts to Facebook. Basically, they go to my phone, and the problem I'm seeing is when I share them, it'll give the date of 12/31/69, and I don't know why it's doing that, but that's crazy. Sendero GPS, another GPS app that I have. NFB Newsline, it's a subscription for the blind, where you can read newspapers. Actually, they can speak to you. It's pretty cool. And magazines. Jeb's Trivia, that's a game. Song Guru, it's also a fun game. I'm pretty good at that one. Audio Boo, I hadn't played with it that much, but from what I understand, you can record audio and just audio only and post it online, like to Facebook and stuff like that. Status Shuffle, that basically has a lot of statuses in there, inspirational and funny ones, that you can post on Facebook and use as your status. Clever Clues, that's a game. Um, Basically, what that one does is you have about 5 clues, and then they give you a list of letters, a bunch of letters, and you have to try to find a clue hidden in with those letters to match, to match up. They have to match up, and it's kind of hard. iHeartRadio, of course, that's the radio for iPhone. Money Reader, that is used to read money. Like I can put a dollar bill on the camera, and it should be able to tell me what it is. So let's go to the next page. We're on the last page. Dark sky. Basically tells me if it's raining in my exact location and what the temperature is. Goggles. What that does is you could either take a picture or a video. There's a picture mode and a video mode, and it can read text like on washers and dryers, and it can also read mail to you. It's kind of shaky, iffy right now, but hopefully they'll take off with it. Alarm, that's the reminder program that I was talking about. It's a lot better than a lot more blind friendlier. I haven't played with it much, but I have heard good things about that one. Text Grabber, that's another scanning program where you can scan your mail and it'll read it back to you. Messenger, that's basically the message center on Facebook. We can send and receive messages from friends. Huber Check-in, that's where an app where you can have your Facebook automatically, it will check into places automatically for you, and that way you don't have to do it yourself. My Medical, that's another medical program, um, where it has, that's the weather radio, by the way, so sorry for that. And My Medical has basically where you can put in um, a your doctors and stuff like that, and you're supposed to be able to upload them to your doctor, but I'm not for sure how to do that yet. Voice Stream, that's another type of reader. I don't know much about this one yet. 1049 The River, that is a local radio station, Christian station here in Columbus. Basically, what that does is that will basically, you can listen to the radio on there, the radio station. You know how I post River Positive Thoughts every day? It comes from that station. And that is it. If you want me to do anything, like if you want me to demonstrate the iPhone that as a blind person, and if you want to know any more about the apps that I showed you, just let me know, and I will do them. And I will do a video on them. I won't do them. But yeah, so if you have any questions, comment. If you have me on Facebook, you can write me there. But hope everyone is having a good day. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.